Hello and welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Dean Meagher. Today we're going to be talking about hitting shots inside 60 metres. A very important shot in golf to help reduce your scores. I find a lot of people don't really practice this kind of thing. They don't come down to Hidden Valley. If they do chipping and bunker. They don't actually practice the pitch shot. And I think it's a bit of a mistake because it can be a shot that can really save you shots on the golf course. There are some really difficult shots where you've got to land at the perfect distance, hitting a very short swing. And if you can do that and give yourself a chance at making the putt, you can save a shot there, at least. A lot of people I find get within 60 metres and they miss the green and then they don't get up and down. And that's basically two, or one shot at least wasted when they hopefully could have executed a little bit better if they'd come down here and practice the distance. Obviously on the golf course you are faced with a lot more slope. Here it is relatively flat. But this is where it all begins. It begins practicing off a good lie, off a flat lie. Become highly effective at that, and then throw yourself out into the deep end where you have to take on the variety. So if you were to come down here and practice, the first thing you got to do is understand how far the flags are already set out for you. I've zapped it with my laser. I have the red flag over here at 35 meters, yellow flags at 55. I'm then going to basically establish which club I feel most comfortable playing this shot. And this is a shot where I'm kind of playing it in the air, trying to get it to land pretty quickly. I'm landing on the green and I'm trying to stop it. I'm not doing a run-up shot. This is a shot where you kind of have to play it Eleanor, where it goes over a bunker or over a tier in the green, and you've got to land it relatively softly. So the first thing I'm going to do is just grab a bucket of balls and I'm just going to try a different club. At the moment I've got lob wedge. To me, I know because of my practice that this is the best club for both of these meterages. But you might find that the 35 meter is best with this club and the 55 meter is best with another club. And that's what is really important to establish, because you've got to know which is your most comfortable to get this right. And really what you're doing when you're practicing, you're just getting a sense of, like, do you feel more comfortable doing a bigger swing with a high lofted club? Or do you feel better doing a shorter swing with a less lofted club? And you've got to know what you're more effective at. Everyone is a little different. So what works for some won't always work for everyone. And again, this is why you practice. Secondly, I'm going to talk about just the technique of the shot and where I think a lot of people fall down. Most of all, it's because people take it way too far back and they have to decelerate the club into the ball when they're playing pitch shots. A lot of the time, and if you haven't done a shorter backswing too often, you won't really know the fact that when you do a full swing and you hit a shot, if you were to slightly shorten your backswing and still hit a shot, it can actually almost go exactly the same distance. And so what I think people make the mistake of doing is they think, okay, well, this is a shorter shot. I can't hit it full because it's going to go too far. I'm going to swing a little bit shorter. And they do that and they'll hit it way too far. And after a while of doing this, the brain will start to recognize this and start to slow down. So you'll get pitch shots from 35 meters to 55 meters, and you'll see people take it way back and then almost stop when they get to the ball. When you're decelerating like that, it's really hard to get distance control. It's really hard to get the contact right because you're trying to slow the club down as it comes to the ball. It generally makes people fall back. And so I do not want to be one of those people. So what I tend to practice is I want to feel like a shorter backswing to a longer follow through. Now what hopefully happens when I'm under pressure is that it kind of goes the same. So I kind of go back the same distance as I go through. That's what I want to achieve under pressure. But what I actually have to feel in my practice and in my practice swings on the golf course is that I'm swinging a lot shorter and accelerating through the ball. When I accelerate, I feel my weight move to my front foot. I feel my contact gets a bit crisper, and that's very important to getting that right distance. So let's hit the shot to the 35 meter marker. I've done a couple of practice swings, felt like I've gone short to long. When I go to play the shot, yeah, that's come up a little bit short. I'm gonna have another shot, and I might change it up. I won't go to the same target. I'm gonna go to the 55 meter one. So let's test out shorter to longer. Feel acceleration there, that feels good. Once again, shorter to longer. That was a bit better. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, that's close, good. So anyway, this is why you come down to practice. You've got to test which club works best for these distances, and then start to test the length of backswing and get more confident about swinging it shorter to longer And if you do that more often, when you're out there on the golf course, it's amazing how the rhythm to the shot improves. You feel a lot more confident when you get to this kind of a distance of a shot. So Hidden Valley, come on down. If not, come for a lesson, of course, and practice with me. But I find that when people put this in their week of in their practice schedule, generally they start to see their scores start to reduce. So please don't ignore the fact that this lovely piece of grass and these lovely targets are here, because they could really help you to get better and lower your scores.